Okie dokie. So it is session 16. Christ, what happened? I feel like a lot. So you all had a dream, which led you to Cecelia, which led you to the Shadowfell, which led you to her tower, which turned out to be a trap. You found Cecilia's notes. You're working on decoding them, and then you battled Cecelia. She escaped, saying that she would return when you were more interesting. And then the tower crumbled around you. You got out of the tower, started to make your way home when you were attacked by two kind of monkey-like creatures who teleported in, kidnapped Wraith, teleported out. You eventually went, so rude. Harvey reached out to Azra, and then Azra gave a little quest marker in the form of a little purple lighthouse over Harvey's vision, which led you to Wraith unconscious after 2 failed death saves, I think. And you rescued her. You destroyed this thing, not before praying to many saints, including Kerrigan. Wrath had prayed to Kerrigan to swear to paint the walls red with the blood of his enemies if Kerrigan would help Wrath rescue his sister. Kerrigan tried to drown Wrath. Yeah. Kerrigan tried to drown Wrath, not taking too kindly maybe to the premise of rescuing a twin, but did give you a spell slot back after you kind of made that deal. You killed, destroyed the thing that had kidnapped Wraith, and then actually continued your way home. You made it back through SKU 16, I think it is. The rift which leads to the Shadowfell, and then walked a little way into the kind of mangroves, managing to find camp on the only solid ground in the area, which is literally just the roots of a tree. The rest is just water and mosquitoes and mud. But the twins have their little magic tent. The others are crowded into just a normal tent. We had nighttime ghost stories of Kerrigan and Bella. And then Alanis took up her watch. But yeah, we'll circle back in time a little bit. What's going on? Is something going on?
Wraith was writing in her journal, but actually, having finished doing that, she's going to lean over and wherever Wrath has put the notes from earlier, she will ask to see them. Brother.
I wonder where he's put them. He just rifles through the bag. Books come flying out. Oh no. Ah! Like, shuffles through pieces of paper. And like just hands them eventually to you. And not in the right order.
No.
That's fine. And for the sake of things, I have not found anything in these notes yet. I haven't spent enough time looking, but Wraith's gonna spend time looking.
Let's
so
have a
that
look.
when Steph
So
figures
get
it
that
out,
shit. Let's go.
it will be great.
I love it. I mean, do we want to look together? Everyone just
We
pull them
can.
up and examine them. I could share my screen if we want, if I can find them. We can all just have a little look.
Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Are we sure there is something to look for?
Well, at the very least, we can understand what she did to her victims.
Because I feel some of it, like we rolled a lot of checks, and some of it was just like unattainable from my understanding. Like, we just couldn't understand some of it. Here in our magical tent. Let's go.
What do I want to? Here we go. This one. Bleed. So many options. Did that fucking do anything? It seems to not. Am I sharing?
No, not for me.
Bastard thing. Come on.
I found it myself. I'm looking at them now.
Oh, yeah, here it is.
Right, is this gonna do something shitty? Yeah, fuck. you. That's fine. Give me a second. This is not.
I mean, they
as easy
are
as
on
doing it on
roll
Teams.
20.
They
as
are.
well.
I just thought for fun, but it's taken a while.
We got a sneak preview into the archives. It's
Yeah,
fine.
you did.
Mm.
It just doesn't want to do it. Yeah, let's just use roll 20. They are on
That's
there. Yeah, they're in session handouts, weren't they? Cecelia. Yes, cool. I mean, what are you looking at first?
Ray, me, started by looking at the subject notes. So subject 1, 2, and 3. Jam, Guppy, and Ginger. She has noted. Well, I have taken note of the 3 different subjects that the witch transformed, murdered, kidnapped. There was a human female, 5'3", dubbed Gem. I don't want to refer to her as such. I feel like she had a name, and I don't like anything Cecelia names or does. So I'm just not going to call her Gem. I'm just going to call her human
Fred.
female.
Oh.
Or Fred.
No.
Who was a jewelry trader traveling to the Pensueno market. There was also a female elf dubbed Guppy, who was about 180 years old and was researching marshfish near Pensueno. And then finally, there was a human male, quite tall, 6'1", not 6'11", that I've written.
That would be quite tall.
That's very tall. That is taller than the twins. Who was about 25 years old, short red hair, traveling alone, Ginger. Essentially, I don't know what she was trying, but the engine we found, she is dubbed the Yinta Anlo engine.
Intra Anko.
Mhm.
Anko, sorry.
No.
Anko. I'm going to rewrite that. Intra Anko.
Yeah, it's YNTRAANKOW.
Got it. The process she was putting them through, or trying to, until she got to Ginger, was bringing them to the brink of death, which I assume is unconsciousness, potentially. Passing them through a skoosh, so one of the portals.
Mhm.
However, there's something to do with being directed by the Inter Anko engine with that stage. Then, after passing through, she revives the subject through healing, revivify, I don't know. And 4, soul returns to body. However, with Guppy, with female elf, their eyes turned yellow, and with male human, the Noth. Well, we know what became of him. He became the Nothic that we spoke to. So I don't quite know what she was hoping to achieve. I got to page 3 of notes.
The name of the machine, like you said, Lauren, like if we've got a holiday called Intra Oriakos, like do we know? Do any of us like speak the language where that might derive from for us to figure out any meaning?
Roll an intelligence check. Or history. Say history. Okay, give me 2 seconds. What would it be? So it would be different for different people. Like Wrath Wraith, if you want to do it, it would just be intelligence. But anyone else, it would be history.
History, okay, that works for me.
I'll try anyway. You're smarter than I am, brother.
Get my dice out one sec. There's a straight intelligence.
For you, please. Yeah.
Oh, I rolled well. 17 plus
Nice.
22.
Is anyone else rolling for it? Or
I rolled history, but it was a nat 1.
Oh no.
Oh,
no.
Harvey just wants to go to bed. He's not thinking about the past right now.
Oh dear. Are you rolling? Is Tucky rolling?
Yes. What did I get? I can't do maths. 22 history.
Nice.
Staging wise, Toki, Harvey, and Alanis are all like lying down in their tent. Wrath was sitting in the door getting bedtime stories. Wraith strolls up and's like, "Give me the notes," and just starts talking while they're all sardined.
Amazing.
Harvey's in hell right now.
I love it. Right, so yeah, Harvey, unfortunately, you are still in hell. And yeah, you were like, okay, they finished telling fucking stories, let's go to bed. And then yeah, in comes the other. And it's not a good time. But so Wraith, you can't make it out. You're like, yeah, there's a connection between the words, and I'm sure they mean something, but like you don't recognize the language. Toki and Wrath, you recognize this language. It's not really spoken. It's sort of, and Toki would know this as well, like the equivalent of Latin, where no one speaks it, but sometimes stuff is still named after it. And it's sort of like a shared root language for a lot of I don't know, places across Lipari, or languages or words across Lipari, and like a lot of etymology can be traced back to this root language. You don't know what it's called, neither of you, but both of you sort of coming out from different angles. Toki's sort of having like grown up sort of singing these words, you know, like street signs or on maps, like a lot of the oceans and all of the rifts are named in this language. And you sort of managed to kind of pull some things together, maybe Toki just as having an interest in the saints and things like that. You've kind of looked into this language. Wrath, you sort of like bounce off of Toki, and yeah, with those good rolls, so you learn or figure out that the name yntra means like between. In terms of the holiday, it's yntra Oriakos, and it's it sort of means like between spaces. Like the holiday of yntra Oriakos is very much like it's Halloween, like you know, it's like the veil between the living and the dead is at the thinnest. Like that's what yntra Oriakos is. Yntra Anko means death in this language, or is a word for death, and so the yntra Anko engine is something that is looking at the space between death. There's also as well, I'll say, and Wraith, that you clock this too, because 16 isn't a bad roll. Cecilia's notes, like it's this engine and what she was doing, and the holiday of yntra Oriakos and the yntra Anko engine, they're not just linked by like a shared word, like they do seem to be happening around the same time.
There is mention of that in the notes as well.
Sorry, could you repeat that sentence? Sorry.
Yeah, so they share the same word, like the holiday and the engine. They share the word Anko, and they share this like root language. But also her building the engine, conducting her experiments, and like kind of kicking it all off, does also, in terms of the dates, like coincide with when yntra Oriakos as a holiday began.
Okay.
I don't know.
And that's when the ghosts in Pensueno started appearing as well, was it yntra Oriakos? Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it makes sense. If you're trying to bring someone back from the dead, it's the easiest time to do it. Hypothetically.
Not that you would know.
My thing is, I just wonder if Cecelia is the cause of these ghosts.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, well, she's been fucking around.
Yeah, and she hasn't managed to bring her brother back, but she's managed to bring a lot of other people back.
Yeah,
Now we
how
could have
many
used
times
that
has
if we'd put it together. We could have used that on one of those burns that you guys are doing. Brought everyone else back, but no, your brother.
Next time we see her, everyone write that down.
Put that in the quotes channel. Oh, thank you for putting all those other ones in the channel, Steph. I love that.
No,
Yeah, I
That was
really
so
loved
good. I
it.
was having a good giggle while they were going.
it made me realize I'm like, wow, I need to either listen more for some people, or I need to egg people on to they make more sassy insults. Oh, it was fun though. Side note, not quite relevant, but I want to share. You guys all now have your own color of quote pen.
Oh,
Oh, that's so
nice.
cute of you.
So in the notes, everyone's got their own color.
Who's who?
So Harvey's orange because you wouldn't be able to see it. Yellow.
Yep, that's it.
Oh, I wrote it down. Wrath is red.
Let's go.
Wraith is staying black because it's her journal and we write black. Toki is this sort of greeny.
Ooh, very nice.
Zana's a teal.
Lovely.
Very nice.
And Alanis was a darker green.
Lovely.
Cute.
Nice.
What if I say something funny?
Then you can pick. Do you want to be sort of like light blue that tone, or light blue that tone, or dark blue, or brown?
The blue next to the dark blue.
This one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yay.
Noted. Now we've all got colours.
Yay!
Hell yeah.
I love it.
That's what our YouTubers are here for.
all of our watchers are really enjoying this
Yeah.
interlude.
No, they really are. They're like, wow. I hope this never picks up. But yes, so you're chatting about the notes and everything. Yeah, I thought when you said you were decoding them, Steph, I thought you were like trying to work out what all the scribbles meant, and I was like,
I'm going
That's
to.
what I thought you
I'm
meant.
still
I was
going
like,
to.
God, you're
I
making
haven't got
homework
there
for
yet.
yourself, but there is none.
Who's
I
gonna
want
catch
to
the
do it.
Zodiac killer?
Wraith figures it all out.
I
Doesn't
got this,
sleep.
guys. Not a magic user, but I'm gonna do it.
I love it. I love it. Will you crack her code?
Um,
Brilliant.
In the meantime, while the nerds get real nerdy and trying to code what Anko and Oriatus mean, and I'm just watching, bemused. Can I see Harvey looking uncomfortable? Or
Yeah. How are you? How much are you hiding it? Do you think it needs a roll, Eleanor, or?
Uncomfortable is not the word. I think irritation is. This is a boy who is used to getting the beauty sleep he wants and needs. So I feel like in my mind, I'm putting him on the end. So like, Wrath is leaning over him to get to Toki on the other side, and Harvey is just like staring up at the ceiling, like, "Kill me, please." And it's probably very obvious that he would love to go to sleep. Please, God.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Harvey, would you prefer if Alana's came to share with me and I can leave the three of you? Would that be better? Alanis, do you want to have girls' tent? And you can stay with these two? You'll get along so well.
See. Sure. Yeah. That might as well happen, I guess.
I take Alanis's hand and I leave.
Cool. Yeah. She lets herself be dragged. She was like, I was gonna do watch anyway. I wasn't really gonna sleep.
Have a nice night, brother. And
My bed's up in there. My pajamas are in there. My moisturizer's out. You can't do this to me.
I like toss a bag out, enjoying the tent
No,
myself.
don't get the fur. Don't get. Oh.
As I walk past, I like push him into the tent so he like falls in.
I won't forget
Harvey.
this. I won't forget this.
You're welcome, brother.
You
I'm
fall
not
into the tent, Wrath, like falling onto Harvey's stomach.
How
and your
have I-
face like planting next to Dockie's.
Should I? Should I go with them?
No, it's
Two-person
fine.
tent.
No, absolutely not.
You're gonna stay right there.
Yeah, you're gonna stay there. I'm gonna sleep outside. I've had enough of this. I'll just get wet. Wrath goes outside with the rod that keeps switching the way.
No.
That's so sad. That's so much worse.
Brad, come back.
Brad,
No,
you
it's fine.
can still asleep in the tent.
No, it's okay.
We're all
just-
adults here.
No,
Consenting adults.
I'm gonna
Brad,
get you
get
back for
back
this
in.
race. I'm gonna get you back.
Get the back in the tent.
Just no,
Get back in the
come.
tent.
Fine. Wrath like goes fetal, so he takes up as less flight room as possible.
With his
Full
wings,
wing.
like.
Yeah, exactly. I
Well
put the
done.
wings
Just a
in.
ball.
I put the wings in. There's no way. There's no way I'm fitting in the 2-person tent. I
Yeah,
can't believe I've
I
gone
mean-
from magical tent to non-magical
Harvey and
tent.
Toki are short kings, so
Yeah, we can.
I
we
think
can
we'll be
make
fine.
it work.
You can snuggle.
Wrath
think-
is plotting. Wrath is plotting actively in his head for how to get her back for this. I'm gonna start making those.
Noted.
Revenge.
I imagine that Wrath is in the middle, so Toki's just gonna turn his back to give you both some privacy, and it's just like, well,
I mean,
good night. He's just gonna stare at the temple.
Harvey is also gonna turn his back though because he just wants to fucking sleep. There's no more conversation to be had in Harvey's mind. Also, good night.
Rat's curled in the middle like a little egg.
I hate it. I'm just staring up at this fucking tent. Swearing under his breath. Oh, sorry, someone's ringing me. 1 sec.
Oh, that's exciting.
Ooh. Also, Alanis is keeping watch, so Wraith is just fully asleep,
I've
like
got
going
my
to
own
sleep in this
tent.
tent by
Yeah, this is
herself.
all tactical by Ray.
Yeah, she
She
just
now
wants to
has her
sleep
own tent.
alone.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
know how much room those wings take up? There's a reason I don't sleep with mine out.
I feel like Xana's like sleeping in the water or something. Like,
Yeah.
she's very.
We've left Zana in a puddle somewhere.
Yeah, she's like, this is really comfortable.
She's like, this is my home.
Yeah.
She's like, I've never been happier. Cute. Oh, amazing. Yeah, still can't move on till Izzy gets here, unfortunately.
Anyway,
So
I'm
guys,
gonna
I'll
grab a
just do-
drink
yeah.
before Izzy arrives.
I might
So I'll
do
be
the
right
same,
back.
actually. I might fill up my water. Let's do a water break.
Oh.
We've been going for long enough. We've done enough. Let's have a break.
I can't believe you've done this to me, Ray. I can't believe this.
You're so welcome.
Just know. It's coming back to you.
I did a very good thing. I think Toki's being a great influence on me. I'm being so nice right now.
Wait, this is not nice. Toki would not have done this.
I am now. I
Nice
went
thing,
from
I've done it
comfortable
ages.
living quarters to now I'm squished between two people
Two lover boys.
who both probably don't want me there. It's now just awkward. And now Wrath probably can't sleep.
I thought you were attached to them, emotionally and otherwise.
We're not talking about that. It's not a thing.
This is you guys talking through the necklace.
Yeah, I do. That.
Wrath is like whispering on
Just 7 words a day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true actually.
And half of them are swear words today.
It's twin tuition.
Intuition. Marvelous.
When Wrath learns message, it's over for me.
It's coming.
You will never know peace again.
No.
Maybe I should learn message.
Oh god, no. It's over for Wraith then as well. Hey, bestie!
How's it going?
Better
Let's write a
before
little
you got here.
poem.
Oh,
I would love that. Wraith would not. I would. Oh, speaking of all our YouTube viewers, you should go buy their book.
Yes.
It's great.
Discount code.
that's really cute.
He's the code Chloe10.
Mhm.
Friend of
Oh,
a
that's
friend.
sweet. That's really cute. I've not read any of the other poems in that book. I was like,
Neither
I've
have
read it
I.
twice. I've read
I
4
will.
poems and I've
Aw.
cried 5.
Oh, cute.
That's
well, there was
cute.
one
I
you
do
read
need to read it.
lessons. God, imagine if Izzy didn't show up and I just had to extend this moment.
Oh,
I was like,
well,
what else are
we
you
just
doing
have to
this
go
evening?
on to our slumber party.
Have
I
to
think,
do
I
it in
think
like
we
real
would.
time.
I think, yeah, Toki and Harvey would have to roll over and have a conversation
And
with
start talking
like
to each other.
Wrath. Fuck.
Brilliant. Um,
Trying to think of things I can do. Sorry, guys.
no, it's fine.
Right?
I do love that Izzy's just going to log on to the message, are we going to have a threesome?
Yeah.
No explanations.
Izzy's like,
None.
oh, I'm not
And
needed.
she will know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, Wraith, Harvey, and Alanis.
Yeah, naturally.
Yeah, she wasn't here, but we were like, we know Alanis would consent.
We know what Alanis wants.
No, sorry. Wraith, Alanis, and Xana.
Yes. We thought it was going to go one way and it goes the absolute other.
Yeah.
Wrath will spend the rest of the night just looking at the notes and try to figure out the order in which the spells were cast. Like, what's the
Ooh,
kind of
nice.
recipe here?
That's
Oh,
cool.
I
'Cause
looked at that too.
In my notes, I've got that the 4 spells specifically were Plane Shift, Spare the Dying, Revivify, and what was the other one? I've lost the section in my notes. It's all gone to shit just as I started to talk about it. Spare the Dying, Revivify, Teleport, and Plane Shift.
Do you want to roll an Arcana check to try and figure it out?
Oh. Trying to distract myself from the awkwardness that I'm currently in. It's fine.
Yeah, trying to get to sleep. It's like counting sheep. He's like,
I rolled the 19,
whoa.
bro. A
Hey.
+7,
Halfway.
26.
Nice. That's
It's
amazing.
awkward, but I'm smart.
You
Let's
sit
go.
bolt upright. You're like, I've got it. And Harvey was like on the brink of
I was
falling
like,
asleep.
Sleep.
Yeah.
Epiphanies are for the morning.
I love it.
First quote of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna put it in the quotes chat. Someone else do it. Run. Amazing. So Epiphanies are for the morning. Yeah, Wrath, you're thinking about the order in which these spells like could have been cast, and you're looking at them and looking through her notes and kind of trying to figure it out, like looking at the scribbles. You're also thinking about how when she cast like the dream spell, what the kind of she was doing there. And you kind of figure that it wasn't like she was casting these spells in a certain order. It was more that she was trying to combine these spells into sort of like one big new spell that's like new magic. Because I feel like anyone can resurrect someone from the dead in D&D, like any old 5th level cleric or whatever. But this feels different. Like, you know, Cecelia is like a powerful witch. So like, what's stopping her here? Like, there's obviously some sort of barrier. You're kind of like working through it in your mind, and you're like, she was trying to create new magic to deal with this by combining those spells like Spare the Die and Plane Shift, the other ones, to try and like something all those spells sort of have in common but also lack, and to bridge the gap like a puzzle piece.
Interesting. Okay, interesting. Very
Yeah.
interesting.
And then what did you get, like 26 or something?
Yeah, 26.
Yeah, you get the impression that like this just wasn't working, like, and that's why she built the Intra engine, because it like it wasn't stabilizing. Like, people were just like dying. It wasn't doing what she wanted it to do, and so she needed this like third party engine really to like stabilize what she was doing, because what she was doing was just going so against nature and magic and everything that like the world was sort of reacting to what she was doing and not allowing it to happen. So she had to use the engine to like destabilize something so that what she was doing would balance things out. is the impression you get.
Mhm.
Yes. Hello, Izzy.
Hi.
How you doing? Oh, what was that? Sorry. Good. Yeah, I'm all right, thank you.
Are you really quiet, or is it just me?
Yeah, I'm just whacking Izzy's
No,
volume
quiet
up.
for me. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know why.
Oh, now
that
it's
was
back.
There we are.
Nailed
Back
it.
Yeah.
through.
Well done,
Oh,
Izzy.
yeah.
We've got a solid line through to Australia. Amazing. Cool. Well, everyone was just chatting. I was making people chat. Because where we left off was Alanis keeping watch. So there's been some reshuffling of the tents. Wraith took Alanis and was like, "You're sharing with me. The boys are in one tent. Everyone else is in the
That's
other. Xana's sleeping in a puddle because she likes it. We've not forced her to." So yes, so Wraith has actually ended up with a tent of her own because you said that you were keeping watch. So as everyone finally drifts off, Harvey finally gets a little bit of sleep. Yeah, is there anything particular you're doing or thinking of while you're keeping watch, Alanis, or are you just sort of like half dozing, keeping one eye open?
I don't think there's anything she's thinking of except for just making sure nothing attacks them. She's
Yeah.
not. She's very focused on the job.
Nice, love it.
I don't have anything she wants to think about.
Legend. Cool. Roll a perception check, please, then.
21.
Oh, legend. Nice one. Cool. So yeah, the night moves on. The sounds of the like mangroves and swamp that you're in just intensify, like the buzzing of insects. And it gets to be about like 2 a.m. Sort of like halfway through, sort of, I don't know, 2 hours I'll say into you sort of sitting down to take this shift. And like through the noise of like the insects and stuff, comes like the cry of a bird. And you look up and you observe this like through the darkness, but like your keen elf eyes perceiving this eagle that seems to just sort of be like circling ish above where you are.
Are any of the saints associated with the eagles?
Roll a religion check.
Oh, that was terrible. 5.
Not that you can remember, unfortunately. You know there was one that's associated with some sort of bird. There might be a couple that are associated with birds, but you can't remember any being specifically an eagle.
Cool. Dope bird then. What a cool thing in the morning to see.
What a cool dope bird at 2 a.m.
What a cool dope bird at 2 a.m. I'm sure. Means nothing. Just an eagle out for a midnight flight.
Yeah, sure. It lets out another cry and kind of swoops a little bit lower. And yeah, roll another perception check.
15.
Nice. As it kind of swoops lower, you see it kind of has like the sort of bright yellow beak and like white head, dark body. But you also see that like around its kind of face, it appears to have some sort of like markings in its feathers. Some of its feathers and its white head are a bit darker than the others. There's some markings sort of like around where its beak is, across sort of like, I don't know, its bird cheeks and then its bird forehead. Some sort of like geometrical shapes almost, like lines. It kind of lets out another cry and kind of swoops around, and then will like fly off and over the trees, sort of out of sight.
Great. Well, I'm sure that is a sign about my markings. Did they look fancy?
They didn't. they did look fancy, but they didn't strike you as maybe looking like something you might one day wear or have on you, or like your family has. Similar in terms of similar placement, and sort of similar-ish design, but the markings of like the Ifel clan are quite distinctive. And this looks like it might be something that like has a shared root or something, but has presented itself a little bit different.
Okay, I don't know what to do.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't know what to do with this information.
That's cool. Yeah, it just flies away. The dope eagle just continuing its midnight flight.
The dope eagle,
Yeah.
as it flies off, she'll be like, "Happy hunting."
There'll be like another cry as it flies away. Yeah, your shift sort of continues. That's sort of the only remarkable thing until you see some light through the trees. And the trees are really thick here. And at first you're kind of like, surely it's like not early enough for the sun to be rising. It's about 3 now. It's been sort of an hour since you saw the eagle. But you can see through the light of the trees some bobbing lights, sort of like a pinkish, yellowy, purple, very pale blue color, all sort of mingling together and just sort of like bobbing around the sort of perimeter of your makeshift camp.
I will get my bow at the ready and not an arrow, and then walk a little bit towards them and see if I can get a better view of what this might be.
Nice one. Roll a stealth check for me, please. If that's what you're doing, if you're kind of going a little bit sneakily.
Yeah, a little stealthy. It's 16.
Nice. So yeah, let me roll. So you kind of edge closer and closer. Sort of, I mean, it's loud here, like I say, like the noise. It's not a quiet night. The noise of the insects and all the animals in the marsh. It's like a cacophony. And you sort of use that to like mask your steps. At one point, you kind of step in sort of like a puddle, a little bit smaller than the one that Xanan's sleeping in. And you sort of wait for a second, like bow at the ready, wondering if it might have heard you, whatever it is. And as you get a little bit closer, you hear sounds of like bird song, like, and not like the cry of the eagle. It doesn't fit in with the marsh though. It's like a skylark or some sort of like, what's that bird that sings really pretty? Can't remember. Someone wrote a poem about it. Yeah, it's like gorgeous bird song kind of seems to be coming from that direction, and chimes, sort of like wind chimes or like wooden sort of reeds rattling against each other.
How far away is it?
Nightingale, sorry. How far away is it? It's about 30 feet away, the lights and this sound.
Okay. I'll keep going. I'll take a look back at the camp and make sure everything's safe there, and then keep going.
Everyone looks all right there. Yes, so you go a little bit closer, and as you kind of creep a bit closer, the sort of bobbing seems to have sort of stopped, and you maybe realise that maybe you stepping in that puddle did sort of alert these lights to you being there, but they don't seem wary. They're sort of just moving around in this sort of almost hypnotic pattern. The closer and closer you get, like the smell of lavender and wood smoke and jasmine fills your nostrils as you get closer, and you see 3 or maybe 4. It's kind of hard to make out. Why are people winking at each other? Oh no, I know. You get closer and closer, and 3 or 4 of these riftlings are bobbing around in front of you.
Oh, hi.
Roll,
No.
I suppose, animal handling check.
Oh no. Oh, 22.
Nice. Oh,
22.
amazing. Yeah, you kind of say hi, and then do you do anything like hold out your hand or wave or whatever at them?
I think, like when there's a kind of a stray cat and you hold out your hand and
Nice.
you wait for it
Yep.
to come a little closer.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Cute. Yeah, you kind of hold your hand out, and one of them, maybe braver than the others, does come closer and sort of like bumps itself up against you a little bit. And as it does, could you? I'm asking you to roll it. Could you roll a wisdom save for me, please?
Uh-uh. 17.
Nice. So you do succeed, but as you feel the presence of like, and you feel this like chime sort of in your head, not like toll the dead or like anything like that, it just sort of like takes you over and you inhale almost like incense, and you feel something like knocking at the periphery of your mind. So even though you succeeded, do you choose to let whatever this is in, and like choose to fail, or you don't need to if you don't want to? You get the sense that you can be like no, but something seems to be like knocking.
Yeah. I'll
Nice.
choose to fail it.
Nice. So you sort of like mentally open a door in your mind, and it's like you see two things at once. Like you see through your actual physical eyes, you see this riftling, like in the colors of like the dawn light, like brushed up almost against your hand, and it's this little ball of light with just something inside of it, a little like sprite looking thing that's got maybe like 4, 6, 8 legs. It's got a pair of wings, maybe. It's like it's shifting and you can't quite get a beat on it, like when you look at the rifts and you can't quite see them from certain angles. And you can see this thing bumping up against your hand, but also in your mind it's like you open this door and a flood of images come through as this riftling starts communicating with you. You kind of see yourself reflected back at you, sort of like, long hair fading to pink, bow sort of still drawn in one hand, but crouched down next to this riftling. And then the image sort of changes, and it's not sharp, it doesn't give you whiplash, it's just sort of natural progression of thoughts moving on. And you kind of get images of these riftlings sort of hanging around the rift that you came through, SKU 16. Not going through it, not touching it. There's sort of like, you get like an emotional sort of like wariness, but also curiosity, and a sense of like being brave for going so close. And then you are filled with images of these riftlings changing color depending on the time of day, always showing the opposite to wherever the sun is. Sometimes they're the lights of dusk and nighttime, sometimes dawn or high noon. And you are just filled with a sense of like fun and wonder and curiosity, for things that exist on the edge of things. Like these things live in the marsh. They are curious about rifts, though never quite touching them. You get sort of like an experience of, I don't know, like dancing with other riftlings, just like floating around, being curious, almost spying on other things and creatures. Like you see, like waiting in the reeds as a fish bobs up against the water and watching that thing, not quite doing anything, not going beneath the surface, not skittering above it, just watching that surface of the water being disrupted by the fish. And then it kind of fades and the riftling pulls back, and you're just fully yourself again, and it feels like your senses have just dulled. Like you didn't feel them heightening, experiencing things as the riftlings do, but things just feel a lot slower and a little bit more sluggish. And then it fades and you're like, this is normal, this is fine. And that riftling is still bumped up against your hand.
Oh. Um. I'll give it a little scratch on the head.
Cute. Yeah, it's like interesting touching them. Like, and now you've opened that door. When you do make contact again, you are filled again a little bit like the periphery of just like joy and wonder and curiosity. As you sort of and it's like you can barely make contact with it. It's like touching like a beam of sunlight that's coming through trees. Like there's a difference in the air there, or like touching smoke where like it's heavier and it's warmer, but you don't think you could grasp it and grab it. But the riftling sort of lets you and kind of circles your hand a few times, almost in the way of a cat, sort of like pushing its head up against you.
Feel like, thank you for sharing.
Cute.
Don't go near that rift though. That's not fun. You won't like it there. Find a
You
better one.
You see the riftling sort of like shrinks, almost like grows smaller as you kind of say that, and then will like buoyant back out into its natural size.
Do I get the impression that it's understanding me, or just?
I think you do. Yeah, it's reacting to what you're saying.
Cool. How long have you been in the marshes?
For that sense, and it comes back into you, and you feel the knocking on your mind again. And if you let it in, you'll get like flashes of sort of watching the sun rise and set and the seasons change, and it kind of goes back like 10, 15, and then finally sort of 21 years. Is that right? What year is it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, you've made it your home. Nice.
There's sort of like I don't know. You don't know how you would feel a smile, and you couldn't describe it, but that's what you feel.
I think I'll just stay a little longer, just with it. Just feeling the sort of curiosity and the joy and the fun and everything. And then after a little bit of time, okay. I have to go make sure no one has attacked my friends.
Nice.
If I come back and the camp is ravaged, they probably will blame me quite a lot. It was really nice to meet you.
Nice. As you were sort of sitting there with them, like the other three kind of come over and they're all sort of like bobbing around you. And it's like, if it were to zoom out, it's like quite the image of you, Alanis, like such like, I don't know, kind of a striking natural figure, like in the marsh, in the dark, but surrounded by these like sort of pink and purple lights that slowly are fading more like darker now as the sun does get a little bit closer to rising. And yeah, eventually you go to leave. As you kind of say that about them being angry, but kind of with a joke in it, that you get these like wind chimes that kind of almost signify laughter. And yeah, they kind of bob backwards as you leave, and sort of like spiral up into the trees together.
I will leave a little bit of rations on the ground before I go,
Nice.
and then I'll head back.
I love it. Amazing. Yeah, you leave some rations there. Beautiful. And yeah, you head back into camp. No one has ravaged the camp. Everyone is fine. You kind of peek in. You see.
I have ravaged the camp.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Wraith has set everything on fire. But yeah, you see Wraith fully spread out in the two-man tent, just on her own, having a great time. Like, I feel like a luxury, like goose down, like blanket or duvet with loads of blankets and pillows in this magical tent that she's got. And then you peek into the boys' tent, and it's just like Wrath curled up in a ball, his wings making an egg shell around him in the middle between Harvey and Toki, who are like both back to Wrath, just very uncomfortably asleep.
Like boy in there.
But yeah, and then obviously Xana in a little puddle, looking really comfortable.
No, in a puddle I won't disturb. When there's like 4 hours left, I'll wake Harvey up and ask him to take the last watch.
Nice.
And then crawl in beside Wraith and try and find a bit of blanket that she's not covering.
I love it. Yeah, so it's about 7:30, Harvey, like dawn's just breaking, when yeah, you've had your 8 hours sleep, and Alanis sort of wiggles his shoulder.
I need to trance. Your turn. It's fine.
That
If there's an
is it.
eagle, just say hi.
Okay, why? Okay, why? Wait.
Say hi, there's an eagle. Why are you asking questions?
Oh my!
I'm
Oh
just gonna
my!
go to bed.
Oh, I thought I was grumpy when I was tired, and he'll get up and be very careful not to step on any little bits of Wrath's wings that are poking out. And yeah, he'll go pitch up outside.
Love it. Nice
He doesn't
one.
really know what to do with himself. Keep
Yeah,
himself down on the
that's
ground.
true. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, have you ever stood watch before? I'm kind of like, have any of you ever stood watch at a camp before? Just keeping watch. And so you sort of sit down, you're like, I guess I should look around. And you look around, you like, she mentioned the eagles, so you look up. And yeah, the sun begins to light the trees. The stars are fading now, those that you can see beneath just this enormous tree coverage. And yeah, roll a perception check for the last 4 hours of the watch.
Let's use one that's not gonna let me down, hopefully. Oh, okay. 17.
Nice. So yeah, it gets to be sort of getting towards I'll say like 9 o'clock now. It's sort of like an hour and a half into you having woken up, and everyone else has had like over 8 hours sleep. So if anyone is waking up sort of as the sun comes up, then you are more than welcome to go for it, and so you are at this point. And you're just keeping watch and looking around. When you hear the cry of an eagle, and you look up and you see this massive eagle, white head, dark body, flying in circles, sort of through the trees.
Harvey will call up and say, I have to say hello to you. So, hello, I suppose. Do I recall eagles? We've had a lot of saint activity recently, so do I recall eagles being associated with any saint?
Yeah,
At
roll
all?
a religion check.
Here's hoping. With an 18.
I don't think you do. You're kind of like, well, Ponya's a goose, and then Galen is a goldfinch associated with the goldfinches, but you're kind of like, I don't think there are any saints associated with eagles. Am I right, Chloe?
Right.
Yes.
Just a bird. Just a bird.
And as you
yeah, I
kind of call out
mean.
to it, oh sorry.
Oh no, carry on.
No, as you kind of call out to it, it will stop circling and sort of land in a tree branch, like not in your camp, but like it's a tall tree that it's landed in, and the branch is kind of sticking out, and you can see that it's landed and has like tucked its wings, and is sitting still on this branch now.
Is it like looking at us, or is it just doing irregular eagle things?
Roll insight check or animal handling, one of the two.
That'll work. They're both wisdom, they're both not good. I'll do an insight. Ay, it's a 9.
It's really hard to tell. It is every now and then seeming to glance in your direction, but you're like, I'm kind of making some noise. Like, I'm not trying to like not disturb this eagle. I'm like actively making noise and talking to it, and then it does glance somewhere else every now and then. You're like, it could just be doing eagle things.
He like looks back at the tent that Alanis is in and is wondering like, has it been enough time I could wake her up and be like, your eagle's back? And then decides against it because he didn't want to be woken up. So she figures she won't want to be woken up. But yeah, like if the eagle's the only thing going on, that's very much captured his attention. That's
Nice.
all he's focused on now.
Yeah.
The camp will be fine. He can watch the eagle.
Camp will be fine, and yeah, you just sit there watching the eagle as yeah, others maybe continue to wake up. It's like 11:30 before you need to wake up, Alanis. So is anyone particularly doing anything in the kind of 2 hours till then, or should we fast forward?
Rafe would be up early.
Nah, yeah.
And will climb out the tent, hair freshly braided, looking like she had a glorious sleep. Well, good morning, Sleeping Beauty.
Good morning, Ray. Did you sleep well?
I did. No, not as well as you, I'm sure.
It was, I
Brasilians,
think,
well played.
the single most uncomfortable sleep of my life, yeah.
That really doesn't match up with his track record. And then I'll open the boys' tent to check in on my brother. Like, is he sleeping well? Vibes.
How is Wrath sleeping?
Wrath hears her outside and fake sleep, predicting that she will look in. Does she open the kind of tent to peer in?
Yes.
As soon as she does, Wrath flies out and bashes into her and
Well,
tackles her to the ground.
I love
It's like, yeah! Morning!
I dodge. Or I try.
No!
roll,
Damn
roll.
it! You're gonna win! I
Yeah,
didn't
roll
think
a
about
grapple.
this.
So,
I
never bloody know. Your athletics contested by Wraith's athletics or acrobatics.
Yeah. It's a big +1 to me. What's going? Didn't think about rolling for this. I was just like, oh Jesus Christ, that's so bad.
What did you get?
6.
16.
Ah! Not even
Yeah,
close.
your sister very easily dodges out of the way.
I let him fall in the mud.
This is just on brand. This is just on brand. I just straight losses. Just keep.
Really, brother, we must work on your stealth skills.
It's never really been my
Haunted.
strong point. I'll get you next time. Math just wanders off and starts to try to clean off again. It's constantly covered in mud.
I believe there's a puddle where Alanis is wallowing.
I will join her in wallowing. Math just like face plants into the fucking puddle.
Into Xana's puddle.
Yeah.
Waking her up a little bit. She like rolls back over.
Morning.
She's found seaweed somewhere that she's using as a blanket.
Just has dehydrated kelp with her at all times.
Yeah, she does.
Math will also cocoon himself in kelp. See what it's like.
Yeah, Xana kind of throws herself. Yeah, it's alright, it's nice. Sort of like a weighted blanket.
I never knew you could use some of this before for that.
Yeah, you see it's sort of like braided.
I take a tiny piece off and fling it at Rafe, knowing it will miss. Knowing it will miss.
I dodge.
Yeah.
Damn
it
it!
Just sort of slaps up against the outside of the boys' tent.
I throw it back at him.
Probably hits me square in the face.
Let's say it does.
I'll just turn around in contempt. Pissed off.
I'll crouch by my brother's head and pat his head gently.
No! Don't touch me! Don't touch me!
I will make myself breakfast then.
Oh, whoa, you're not going to get me breakfast again? Okay.
You seem not to want my help. Someone's woke up on the
Help!
wrong side of bed this morning.
Oh, well, I had perfectly laid out furs for me in what I thought was going to be my tent.
Oh, I'm sorry. I never thought you'd complain about being between two pretty short kings.
You've got me there. I can't like you. Okay. Fair play. You win.
Now, would you like breakfast?
Yes.
Fantastic.
I would.
Kettle's over there. You can make it for two of us.
Just been a bad couple days. I just can't win.
I go make breakfast.
No, it's okay. I'm here.
I've gone.
I'm going in.
No, I'm making it.
You're too fast. The dexterity
I'm
is...
taking Toki's kettle
No!
from where he's still sleeping.
I think Toki's awake. I think Toki's been awake for a while and was too afraid to move past Wrath. So as soon as Wrath is moved, like
No.
pretends to wake up and is like, "Oh, good morning, everyone." And, but we'll let you take the kettle. No, what were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say Toki spent the last like 3 hours trying to work out if he can like unbutton the inside of the tent to try and get out the other end, and he's like, I can't without drawing attention to myself. It'd be too awkward. But yeah, you said that Toki takes the kettle.
Yeah, I will let Race take the kettle.
Much obliged.
Lovely. Amazing. So we're all up. We're all having a little bit of breakfast, mainly rations, but there's maybe some tea that goes around. And yeah, is anyone discussing anything? What's the plan? What are you doing next?
mud bath there, brother, but I feel like we could use an actual bath.
You just have to say it, I was just trying to let it go, but yeah, we could go. I don't know. I don't know. We're in a swamp right now, aren't we?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Were we
We've
going
cleaned
to
enough
check
of it.
out Cecilia's house before we headed back to
Yes.
civilization and baths?
That sounds
The
like
thing
a plan
is-
to me.
We got covered. Well, I got covered in mud on the way to Cecilia's. So Sharon, like, if we were to clean at Cecilia's, we'd just get muddy again, or I would just get muddy again.
I was implying we were back to town, but I had
Oh,
forgotten that we were going to Cecilia's, but maybe adjusted priorities. But we are closer to Cecilia's house. Let's go.
Yeah, I
check it.
think. Yeah.
I mean, I doubt she's left anything, but it's worth checking.
I'm half expecting the entire cottage to just be gone. So.
Me too.
Okie dokie. So yeah, it's like 11:30. It's more of a brunch at this point. Alanis wakes up, you deconstruct your camp, and head off. It takes you about an hour to get to Cecilia's. It's really warm today, humid, and you have to put some of your aunt and uncle's oil on your fur, stop yourself and frizz it up. But you get to Cecilia's, and it's not quite what you were expecting. Hardly. There is still a cottage there, or a hut, or a cabin, but it is ruined. It looks like it has been abandoned for many, many, many years. I love it.
Can we get in? Is there anything inside, or does it literally
Yeah.
is it being gutted?
No, you can go in, and as you do, the door will like creak and nearly fall off the hinges. The like red paint is like peeling off. You go in and you see a lot of the like trinkets and stuff that was there before. A lot of like jars of things, but the jars are now cracked and like whatever liquid was in them has just leaked out all over the shelves and things. There was at one point, you remember, like an octopus or something with like tentacles in a jar, and that is just now like a skeleton basically, hanging over the edge of the jar. Everything is covered in like a really like significant layer of dust. It looks like at some point some animal has made a little like nest or home in here as well, but has since cleared off. And it just looks like it's been abandoned for like years, like if not a decade.
Magic is cheating. And I'll go sit on the stump that Alana sat on a couple of days ago.
Oh yeah.
Yesterday. Sorry. Time changes. Let me know when you're ready to go.
I know it looks like super abandoned, and I'm not expecting to find anything, I don't think. But if I have like a route around, like, are there any like more of her notes maybe lying around that maybe like she didn't catch when she was blowing this place up?
Roll an investigation check.
Investigation.
Can I help?
Yeah, of course you can.
Thank you. Ooh, a 22.
Amazing. Yeah, you root around and you don't find you don't find any more notes, unfortunately. Like, you find something that might once have been paper, but it basically just disintegrates in your hands as soon as you pick it up. You find sort of like a little chest that you kind of at one point think is locked, and you get kind of excited, and then you figure out it's not locked, it's just really stiff, like from years of not having been used. And you open it, and inside there's just sort of like random bits of broken wood, like what looks like a sort of like nightgown almost, but that's just in tatters, and everything just covered in dust. You find like shattered potion bottles, the contents like leaked and like dyed this nightgown, sort of like reds and yellows. But at the bottom you do find sort of like dust, and you kind of ignore it at first, and you're like, oh, it's just more fucking dust that's everywhere. But as you kind of touch it, it's almost sharp, and as you kind of gather it up, you realize it's like gem dust. You're not quite sure what gem, but potentially could be the only useful thing here.
Is there a little pouch that I
say you
can
find a little pouch.
tip?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
tip
You
the
get, like, a
gem
pouch.
dust into it.
Yeah, a pouch of gem dust, unidentified gem dust.
I'll spell unidentified for my notes. That's absolutely not how you spell it. Well, it's better than nothing. Yeah, I'll keep it up, put it in a little pouch, turn to the others and wave my little pouch, be like, I got to something. I don't think it's anything. I think it's dust. It's sharp dust. But maybe. You guys use things like that for magic and stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
maybe someone will want it. Tashi might like it.
I'll keep hold of it.
Nice. Is anyone else doing anything? You're sitting on Xana's stump, wraith. Christ. Is anyone else doing anything?
I think once Toki sees that there's not really anything here, he will just wait outside as well to head on back to town.
Fair. Very, very fair. Cool. Yeah, so if no one else kind of has anything to do in the abandoned hut cabin place, yeah, you can start your walk back into town. And at this point, you know, the sun's high in the sky. It's like getting towards, like, it's past midday. It's sort of getting towards like 1:30, 2:00. And you make your way back to Pensueno, everyone's favourite little marsh town. Yeah, it's bustling. It's a Friday, and maybe some people have maybe finished whatever work they have early. You walk past the burnt match, and it kind of seems to be, you just know, like, you know, like just people chatting, laughing, noise in there, and you find yourselves back in, yeah, Pensueno, safe and sound. It's about 3 p.m. by the time you're back.
Wow, now that we're not all joined by this mysterious dream quest, what's everyone's plan? Well, let me guess, is that too personal to tell me?
I think we need to keep moving based on what the Nothic said.
Yeah, it seemed ominous.
Mm.
And that guy yesterday, do you think that's connected, or the little monkey guy? I like it, Wraith.
Doubt it. He wasn't the type to. I'd have no interactions with him or his kind before. I don't see how any trouble that could be following me could have anything to do with him. I think he was more of a native hunter
Mm-hmm.
than anything else. But you are right, brother. I do think we should keep moving.
Where are you gonna go?
Onwards, we tend to travel anyway. It's how we've seen so much of Lipari over the last few years.
Harvey, Alanis? There you go.
No, there's nothing important I was going to say. You go.
Harvey, Alanis, plans?
I still need to find something cool and important and helpful to bring back, so I'm gonna keep going until I do. But I won't be sticking around here. I need to head somewhere else, I think. We've exhausted all options in this town.
And I would like to go wherever is drier than here. So, I mean, I'm fine. I'm easy.
What about you, Toki?
I don't really know where I need to go. I need to talk to some people, figure out my my clues have kind of run dry, so I'm looking for some druids, so I need to find out where they are. Gonna ask around town and then head there, I guess.
There was mention of druids at Cecelia.
Different kind.
Druids.
Any druids in particular you're looking for, or just any druid at all?
Some Circle of Stars druids.
Ooh.
I've got some astronomy questions for them. Help me with my research.
Insight check.
Ooh,
Good one.
yeah, go for it, mate.
Oh, another 19.
Ooh, very good.
Oh, my wisdom's shit. I
Oh.
thought it would be good. It's bad. 21.
Nice, that's good. Yeah, on 21, what does Ref get?
He needs to talk to some druids to help with his research.
Having to lying is easy.
Ah,
So dull.
He never lies. Why would he?
Lying is morally wrong, and I wouldn't do it.
No, never.
insight check. No.
And Dougie doesn't think he's lying.
Damn.
You realise by admitting the truth to your family about being unconscious the other day, that was technically a lie, Toki.
Well, they didn't ask me if I went unconscious, so not a lie, is it?
Just admitting certain truths.
The twins would know.
Indeed.
Maybe you're rubbing off on me.
Oh, look at you two.
Don't pretend it's not a positive. Wine? Wine.
Wine?
Wine. I think we need wine. There are too many truths being told. Wine. And we can
Barely
make
Can I have a bath first?
bath and wine.
Yeah, bath and then wine.
Wine
And will you
bath.
actually drink it this time, Wraith?
I'm suggesting it, am I not?
You seem to suggest it a lot. It never seems to pass your lips.
I have drunk with Harvey. Once.
And that's the most important thing, really.
I see, so it's just me. I understand.
It's all about you, Toki.
Well, if we're at the burn match, Toki's going to have a bath and get changed.
Nice. Dougie's like, bye.
I would love to have a bath and get changed.
Awesome. Yeah. So the rest of you heading back up to the Black Trumpet. Toki goes into his lovely little room. Yeah, I'd say Toki's facilities are much nicer than everyone else. I imagine Toki's is like Airbnb, like lace curtains, doilies, full bar.
He's very much getting the university to pay for this.
Oh, fully. Yeah, you've got like a private double room with an ensuite, like breakfast included, that you don't eat at this place.
It's like nicer than my actual rooms that I live in.
Yeah, it's bigger for sure, and yeah, you have your own bathroom here. And yeah, you're just sending the receipts back home seats. But yeah, you pour yourself a bath. It's lovely. There's some like bath soap and stuff. The rest of you at the Black Trumpet, it's much more of like communal showers and like one bath per floor sort of thing. So I think Harvey, you had paid for like the nicest room, so you do have your own bathroom. And if you're allowing Alanis to share it after you've finished using it, then that is absolutely.
I was gonna say he will absolutely. He will ask Alanis if she would like to go first.
Oh, that's
Oh,
lovely.
yes, you will.
Amazing. But yes, I know. Yeah, the twins weren't staying in like common dorms either. But yes, yours isn't quite as nice as Harvey's. So you do have to. No one's using the bath at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday though. So yeah, you don't have to wait too long. But yeah, you all bathed.
Wraith will not stop back to her bedroom, but as she shuts the door behind her, like towel in her hair, she'll mutter to her brother, "I miss our bedroom." Best
Me too.
bath.
Yes, I'm not really behind this communal bath thing, to be
No.
honest.
Could do with a little bit more gold.
Indeed, and marble. Well, I miss it.
Oh,
I really do.
Do you miss the steam
I miss Jeff too, but I won't get distracted by that.
and hot
Okay.
water?
Jeff there pouring jugs of water over Ram's head. This like infinity pool style bath looking out over mountains.
Jeff
and
just passes the glass of wine over.
Yeah. Fanning you in the steam.
Fucking this one. Get it together, April. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it sounds like home might be catching up with us soon, so let's see.
Wraith will put on her pretty new dress, whose description I can't remember where it is. It's somewhere. I'll get back to you.
Nice. But yes. Anyone else doing anything during your bath, or yeah? What's happening afterwards as well? You all catching up for dinner? What's going on?
I think Toki will head over to the Black Trumpet to meet them all for this promised wine.
Love it. Yeah, it's about 5 o'clock now. You've all sort of taken your time, and yeah, it's actually like around the same time that the campaign kind of started on the Monday 5 days ago. Sort of the sun just beginning to set below the horizon, but in that kind of twilighty zone where you can't see the sun, but you can still see the light that it leaves on the land.
We've known each other 5 days and we've almost died so many times.
We can't not carry on traveling together then.
You know, someone's got to bring us back from unconsciousness, so like, we have to.
We're gonna fight over who gets to go with Toki, so we all have to go with Toki.
Yeah, honestly.
Toki doesn't even know where he's going yet. Toki.
We'll let Toki just pinpoint her on the map and we'll go there.
Toki was going to spend today doing research, and then Wraith was like, "Should we get some wine?" And he was like, "I can't turn this down, so I have to hang out with her."
5 hours
Speaking-
later, and Toki is sloshed trying to make sense of notes.
Yeah. Speaking of wine, Toki will get a round for the group when he returns.
I have it.
What?
I have it written down. I know how much wine costs per win. I think it's 7 silver. We'll say 14 silver, so one gold, 4 silver for like 2 sort of crafts of wine.
Yeah, I was going to say I'll get 2. Thank you. I will pay for that out of my own money. I'm not putting it on the... I don't get an expense
The
receipt.
workplace visa.
Yeah.
Food and like drink isn't covered. Damn, Toki.
Yeah, do your accounts
Come on.
payable.
It was, but I feel like I'm pushing the boundary of how much I can keep charging them when I was supposed to be going back today, and I'm not.
Oh, you're not going back when you went it. Oh, look at you.
Quite the
Well, I'm
rough
having
top.
so much fun in the marsh with these near strangers, so
You're having fun in the marsh.
with these near strangers. Well, come on then. Who wants to talk about Cecelia, the Nothic, all of those upsetting things it said to us?
What was it that was said the other day? To truths?
To truths.
And she'll look at a Harvey.
Well, I would just like to say, before we get to the truths, about the Nothic, my bad. I didn't think its head was going to explode. I just want to make that clear.
Head
It's-
explosion.
Yeah, no one else knows this yet.
I'm sorry.
What
What
did
do you
the head explode?
It was me and Sana. It was me and Sana.
Xana's like nodding forlornly over her glass of wine, like rip.
I swear to all of the saints that I didn't touch it. I showed it
Well
one of the
done, Harvey.
pages, and
You've
its
got
head
a dark side.
exploded. No, I didn't. It was
No, you're
actually.
not.
I
You were sleeping.
underestimated you.
Battle.
I'm going to
Yes.
see that image in my sleep forever. I think it was terrifying, it was traumatizing, and I didn't love it, but I just wanted to get it off my chest. I didn't think his head was going to explode.
What?
I've
Did it say anything before its head exploded?
That's such a good question. I don't remember. I'd, there
That was a
believe it or
traumatizing
not,
event.
believe it or not, Toki, there were so many things that had happened after that I don't remember what happened preceding the head exploding.
That's okay. That's fair. Well,
They're coming. They know you've seen. Not you, but someone. The guardians. The protectors.
Thank you, Steph, because genuinely,
Sorry.
yes, no, I found my notes. Yeah,
I was like, I should write it down. It's on YouTube
yeah,
somewhere.
there was a something about some guardians and some protectors, knowing that we were there, we are here, and we need to hide. And then it said, and I remember this quite clearly because it didn't make any fucking sense, Gwith. It said Gwith. So if Gwith means anything to anybody, that'd be nice.
Does Griff mean anything to
yeah.
anybody?
Indeed. Does Griff
Does
mean
Gwith
anything?
mean anything to anybody? Everyone
Gwith?
roll a history check.
Oh, this is gonna be one of those things where Lauren's like, I said it in episode 5, and you all missed it. It was so stupid.
I bookmarked it on the chapters on YouTube. 57 seconds in and 16 seconds.
I've control F'd on my document to find Gwith,
Yeah,
and I
me
think
too.
Gwith is nowhere.
I did not write with anywhere.
No. It doesn't mean anything to any of you.
Okay.
Damn.
Well, I guess then we can just forget about it. Let's
Okay,
never
nothing.
think or talk about it again.
Do the guardians, the protectors, ring any bells for anybody?
Do
Can
the
we
Guardians protectors mean anything to anybody?
I don't think
Roll
so.
another history
Lauren's
check if
smiling
you've had
like
to
it
think
should.
about it.
I'm gonna roll, but
Means nothing to me.
Was that a history check? Sorry.
Yes, please.
history.
Rolling. Good.
It's not my strong suit.
No.
Damn. I've rolled
Oh wow.
about 15 apart from that check against Wraith today.
um,
Lauren doesn't want to give
Wrath.
it to us.
Such a
Lauren
waste
doesn't
of a
want to give it to me.
25. Yeah, wrath doesn't mean anything to you. You don't really have any concept of protectors of. I mean, you like people protect things. Guards exist. Guardians of things exist. But anything specific and tangible, no. Toki, you just through reading stories and growing up reading folk tales, you get the sense this isn't what the Nothic was talking about. Whatever specifically the person, the people, the organization the Nothic might have been talking about, this isn't it. But you do know that at least in the stories you read, there's legendary secret society sounds shit, but something like that protects Lipari, or deep mysterious secrets, or I don't know, sort of cults or religious groups that have formed around a certain saint or a saint's relic. And that's kind of what sort of comes to mind for you. Nothing that really you're I don't think this is what the Nothic was talking about. Something just doesn't really feel right to you about that. But yeah, this sort of sense of a group, a mysterious group or something like that in legend.
Okay. Well, I'll share that with the group anyway.
We don't have anything on us that some crazy people would be looking for, do we?
Don't know.
Not
I mostly just have a lot of books.
on us, per se.
Yeah, this
What? To
Elaborate
share?
on that.
Why do you sound like that? Hey, Wraith, why do you sound like that? What does that mean?
Wraith has strong eye contact with her twin. If we're going to be sticking with them,
It's up to you. It's your thing.
so in regards to trouble, people could be looking for my brother and I because I didn't want to get married to my betrothed, so we left. And from our last interaction with our father, he was not pleased, shall we say. And we have been keeping moving for the last 2 years to avoid any eyes following us. And just a heads up, there may be trouble coming.
You're on the
People say.
run.
Yes.
Ooh.
Well, it's a
I
valid
mean-
reason.
2 years is such a long time. I feel like.
He's very
have-
patient.
I feel like this is maybe a bigger deal for you than it might be for some families. You said your dad was very important once, and I feel like maybe it is important for us to know how important.
How important, brother? I am looking around the room. Is anyone listening? Have we
I
got any
think-
attention? Is there anyone watching us?
Roll a perception check.
Next. 26.
Nice one. You're very confident you're not going to be overheard as long as you talk quietly. There's not really anyone else in here. People going to the pub are going to the other one. And maybe this is checkout day and there's just not a lot of people in. The only person that's really watching you is the waitress who's been working a 132-hour shift, and it's just like, do they need food?
Oh, bless them.
This is your secret as well as mine, brother.
I know. What do you think?
If you're
I didn't-
attached,
I didn't hear
we
that.
are, if you're
Sorry.
attached and we are staying with them,
I still don't know. You can make the decision. I don't know.
Wraith goes very still. Like this is this, like Wraith is constantly on the move and looking around and glancing, but she goes very still and quiet and quite introspective for a minute or two. I don't know what to do.
I think there's risks both ways.
I love that the twins are having this conversation out loud. Where the other three are like, did they hear?
Look, why don't you promise to tell us in the future?
Yeah,
If
sure.
it becomes necessary.
You know-
Should after you.
I think it's a need to know basis at the moment, and the more you know, the more.
I mean, if you
Bad
want
things
to
that can
come
go
with
wrong.
us, I feel like we're kind of in it, but it's clearly difficult for you.
True, you're not wrong.
So, why don't you think about it?
I'm grateful. Thank you.
Speaking of your engagement,
Yes. On truth we can talk about.
have you. What would happen if you just married someone else?
Now that begs the question. I imagine my father would be equally, if not more furious, as would my betrothed, and there would be some very serious repercussions to such a thing if it were to happen.
Hmm.
Have you tried cutting the finger off?
Pardon?
The finger with the ring. You tried cutting it off. You can't take the ring off. So have you tried cutting the finger off?
I have also had that thought. I just didn't want to say it out loud.
Yeah, well, I was waiting
I
for the right
haven't had that
moment.
thought for what it's worth.
Yeah,
So, now that
dismembering
it's
was not.
mentioned, it might work.
Just one finger. It's not like it's a main one.
Mm.
Are you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm ambidextrous.
You'll be fine.
Even less to worry about.
Yeah.
There's one less hand to flip people off with.
Oh,
Oh,
just
don't even
a
a middle finger.
What would you do?
You know, who puts people up like this?
It's just a suggestion. You don't have to take it on board.
I feel like, in the grand scheme of all of the big issues you currently have, that would be a minor one.
Yeah. If you have to, I mean, I presume the ring is the way they're keeping tabs on you, trying to track you down.
I'm not sure if that is the case, per se. I don't know if it was quite enchanted that way.
Okay.
I'd rather not chop my own finger off. I feel like we've lost sense of our priorities.
Indeed,
I
indeed.
just asked if you'd considered. It was just one
No,
solution
I had not
for one
considered
problem.
maiming myself.
Okay, fine.
Lauren, on that note, can I do like a sort of arcana check on the ring, if my sister would allow, to see if there was anything like magically going on with like tracking?
You know, you would only get so far with Arcana. It would have to be like identify.
Identify. Fair play, yeah. Good eyes. I'll still do it tomorrow morning. I think it's a level 1 spell.
We've slept.
No, you haven't.
No, we haven't.
We did.
Well, no, yeah, in the tent. But you need to reset your spells, right?
Yeah, I haven't done it. Yep. I'll do it tomorrow.
Is identify a ritual spell?
I think yes, it is. It is.
So I think you can cast it even if you've not got it prepared, as long as it's in your spell book.
Ah, this is what I wanted to talk to you about. I'm not sure how the learning spells with wizard books work. I think that's why my character sheet was wrong.
That's cool. We can have
Like preparing
have a
is
look.
different to learning, right?
It is, yeah.
And so it's just Sorry, I have talked to you about this after the session. I'll waste time
That's
in
cool.
the session. But yeah.
Now we can hang around and have a look and sort it out, because it is a little bit confusing for wizards. There's like 3 things going on. But yeah, I think you can cast identify if you haven't got it prepared as a ritual, just out of your spell book. If it's in your spell book and you want to say now that yeah, sure, I've learned that one and I know it.
Oh, I think sure, I do identify.
Amazing. You do identify if your sister lets you.
I can't think of a reason why not.
You seem very strange. I cannot do this. That is an option also.
No.
It's just you saying about the tracking. I was like, oh shit, what
That
if
is
it
an important thing to check for.
Indeed.
Don't let it happen.
Amazing. So I don't have anything like written up, but I will write it up in informal and give it to you. But you sense that this ring, yes, magically bound, can't take off. It's almost like a curse is what you get from this. Once put on, it cannot come off again unless someone lets it come off, and that someone is not Wraith. You also know that it doesn't necessarily have a like inbuilt tracker. It's not like a microchip, but there is an essence of like the alarm spell or something similar, some sort of abjuration, that when something happens, there's an alert. And so someone, whoever the ring maybe belongs to, or whoever is in like, I don't know, possession of like a counterpart thing, basically, is then able to... They sent like a notification, basically. You don't quite know what the trigger is. Do you know
Okay.
what the trigger is? Don't know the identify. Roll an Arcana check. We'll see.
Come on. There's and 8. I'm rolling so good. 18 plus 7. 25.
Legend. So, the trigger for this alarm being tripped is whenever the ring and therefore the bearer crosses planar lines. A sort
Oh.
of notification is sent to the other person when this happens.
Cool, cool, cool.
Oh, damn! It's gonna be fun.
Wraith's gonna look at her finger. Well, isn't that a neat little trick?
Dokie will just put a dagger on the table.
And that, you want me to identify this too? Are you okay?
I mean, go for it.
Are you serious, or was this a joke?
No, it's
I've got
a
limited
joke.
spell slots. Okay.
It's a joke.
I can
It's a
identify
normal
it.
dagger.
It's the dagger of chop Wraith's fucking finger off.
Raph pulls out a notebook in which he has bullet points on how to solve this issue, and adds very low on the priority list: dismembering? Question mark. Puts the thing away.
Amazing. You don't get the sense that that wouldn't help. If you were to chop the finger off, you're like, it's a possibility.
Question mark. You never know. It's low priority. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not going to do it, right?
Talking of uncomfortable topics,
Oh god.
you weren't very keen to stay in the Nothics room originally, Harvey, but you were oh so keen to go back. Something made you uncomfortable.
Yeah, the whole thing was a little bit freaky, and I didn't love it. The whole Nautica situation, from beginning to end, not great. No, it weirded me out. I'm I'm a big enough man to say that. Yeah, but in terms of going back, it was a needs a must situation. In hindsight, not very smart to split us up, but also I feel like when I was Anna, I feel like I have muscles to protect me.
So that's swimmer's muscle.
So that playing the flute? Is that what she plays?
She plays a flute.
So the playing of the flute.
Playing a flute. Real workout for the arm muscles.
Gotta hold it up.
Yeah, she's got really strong forearms.
Her fingers are just so buff.
Mm.
It's unbelievable.
But Harvey, you're the one who preaches truth over wine, and the Nothic was talking of truth and lies.
I feel like we've all preached truth over wine. I feel like we don't need to single me out on that one. I mean, it didn't stop it from speaking truth anyway, so it's the what. Like, I'm not. What I'm gonna be weird about is the one eye. They freaks me out when the things have one eye.
Harvey is clearly blustering, and Wraith wants to insight
Freaks
check
me out when
Okay.
things have one eye.
to try and perceive how he's blustering and what's the best way she can try and identify to get him to talk the fucking truth.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, roll
that-
insight check. We'll see if we
Yeah?
can figure that. I don't know if we can quite figure that out.
I don't know. I'm rolling for. I just want Harvey to speak straight.
Harvey, tell me your triggers, please. Thank you.
Yeah. What are your weak points?
Yeah.
Nothings.
One eye.
One eyes.
One eye.
Cyclopses.
Could you give me your therapist's notes, please? Thank you.
We wouldn't be in this mess if I had a therapist.
For someone so attached to my brother, you do seem to have a problem with smoke. Maybe fire.
Yeah, but I mean, I haven't had to deal with fire that much around Wrath, so it's not been a problem so far. But yeah, I mean, I don't know anyone who doesn't like fire, but I'm not a huge fan of fire. No.
Oh, I thought you were talking about how you loved the warmth earlier.
I like the sun, like a very far away fire that keeps me warm, not like a fire right fucking there.
Okay. Keep your secrets then, sunshine boy.
just like in your notes, Harvey, one eye question.
Alanis, do you have any hidden truths that we should know about?
Not really a big fan of seafood. Been a bit of an issue in this part of the world.
Why?
Pretty much it. Just don't like it. It tastes fishy.
Insight check.
Ray's taking a massive drink of her wine.
Yeah, mate, roll your inside.
17.
What does Raph get on a 17?
No, she doesn't like seafood.
What seafood specifically? You really got a problem with all of it.
Yeah, she just doesn't really eat fish. Oysters are a bit much, you know?
Yeah, I agree with
Why are
that.
they?
I back you on that.
Yeah, I can get
Oysters
behind
are
that.
too much.
She's not hiding anything. She doesn't have. She doesn't think she has any secrets.
No. I was just prying for seafood for no reason.
But she didn't want to say nothing. So.
Oh.
Love her. To swing the attention round away from the tension between Wraith and Harvey himself, Harvey will say to Toki, do we need to be I don't think we need to be as worried about it as like their dad coming after us, but should we be expecting like a stern letter from your university if you're not going back?
Oh,
Do you need to let them know?
I wrote a letter to my mentor, and I am very afraid of the response. But, all I said was... Actually, what did I say? Give me 1 second. All I said was...
Fuck you guys.
Lauren's going to get the letter, I think.
Yeah, do you want me to read it out or is it private?
No, you can read it out. I think I kind of said what I wanted. I kind of, in the session, was like, I'm going to write a letter saying this, and then I wrote an actual letter to Lauren, which you can read.
Dearest
Cute.
Lena, can't read with glasses on. I hope you're well. I've made good progress in pensueno and closed all my research notes, as well as transcripts of some interviews with a few locals in town, and the rules for a children's game based on Perdita. That seems to be about an evil witch named Musco. Still doing more research into them. I hope this is helpful. I still have some further research to do and have made the decision to stay in Caldetta a little longer, and will let you know when I decide to return to Santanto. Thank you again for all your guidance, support, and trust. Yours faithfully, Toki Flixen.
Very polite.
Yeah,
So
that's not as bad as I
Alright.
thought it was going to
it
be.
wasn't like, I'm never coming back. It was just, I am supposed to go back, and I just might not for a couple of weeks, and I think they're going to be fine with it. I don't think there's going to be any
non-official
consequences.
extension. Oh, that's alright then.
At what point will your money run out?
I've got the money from the helping the sisters with the ghosts. So I got 50 gold, I'm good.
Got 500 quid,
seems
set
fair.
for life.
Yeah.
So you've got some family stuff going on, Alanis.
Me?
Yeah, the
I
mythic.
have.
Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. I have family, yeah, they're amazing.
That's nice.
Oh, I mean, I guess you don't know them, but in the clan, everyone knows them. Like, they're kind of famous. My mum, saved basically everyone from a dragon attack once, and no one's like single-handedly, and like no one's kind of forgotten it. So they're like, "Wow, she's so cool." And then my dad's like the head, scout, head guard for the clan. So everyone kind of looks up to him too. And then my sisters are really great, and my brother's really great, and I am also a member of the family.
I feel you there, and I'll just cheers a glass with Alanis.
And you are also really great, Alanis.
You
You're
are.
going to find something to take back to the clan, and it's going to be amazing.
And you
we're
like
going to help you.
you like did so much damage to Cecelia. You were the only one that even noticed she had that other thing.
Mm.
The real
Oh, that was just
Cecelia.
luck. Anyone could have figured that out. It's just that, like, people were distracted with various people going unconscious, and there's
we
not a
were
lot I
all
can do.
unconscious, and
All I can do is try and hit her. If anyone else had hit her first, they would have realized.
Rafe will pull out 3 healers kits. And nope, 2 healer kits. 2 healers kits. And on that note, say, by the way, I have one. I do not want to be Medi person who wants to be, because I don't. And she'll hand them out to whoever wants them.
I have healing spells, so it seems like someone else should take these.
I wouldn't mind one.
Passes one to her brother.
Yeah.
1 going spare. Who wants a healer's kit?
Are you sure you won't need it when you're
I have my own.
stuff? Okay.
Maybe you
I'll
can
take
be
it
a healer, Alanis. Could you take that back to your clan?
Oh, my sister's already a healer. She went away and came back with like the best healing magic in the continent, and studied really hard and reduced our mortality rates by like 600%. She's super cool.
Wow.
What were your clan doing that had a 600% mortality rate?
Well, traveling through planes and sometimes you jump through a portal and it's good, and sometimes you jump through a portal and it's bad. And something gets infected and it gets worse, and Tannis stopped it from getting worse. She's kind of single-handedly responsible for saving a lot of people's lives.
Maybe we should get her in her party. She seems to be a much better healer than Toki, who's unconscious all the time.
Okay, I won't heal your brother next time he goes down.
Hey, I didn't say that, Toki. I didn't say that. That's all her, okay? Like,
Someone can't take a joke. She'll sip her wine.
I get knocked down a lot. We can't afford these insults, right?
Alanis and Wrath, you both have a healer's kit with 10 full charges that you can add to your character sheet. Never used a healer kit in D&D before, and they are fucking rife. It's like brought to you by healer's kits.
But on a practical note, I can't go back to my clan until I found something to bring back with me, or else it's like admitting defeat, and then I'd have to leave forever. So
Oh,
she's really
That's-
cool, but you have to wait to meet her.
That seems intense.
that seems very intense, especially when your parents are so important.
Well, it's the same for everyone. No special treatment.
Well, surely you're gonna run out of things eventually.
Well, the world is always changing.
That's true.
It makes sense. Needing something of value, contributing.
A hard life
It's a
out
very Wraith thing to say.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
What can I say? It's the way I was raised.
I'm sorry it was.
I'm not.
Well, I'm sure we can find you something, Alanis. It looks like we're all in this together now.
Podcast.
Oh,
I fucking had that for months.
jeez.
I was
We're gonna
waiting
get
for it.
copyrighted by Disney.
Yeah, this can't be shown anywhere.
Sorry. When you said it, I was like, I've had this in my sound.
Dude, that's crazy. It's like a superpower.
So quick as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have so many questions, but I'm not going to answer them. Too prone.
Now, them.
Go for it, mate.
Yes.
No.
Otherwise, I'll just
Do
leave
it.
you alone.
No. Ask the question.
Dragged along the campaign kicking in.
Too honest. It's like, so your clan like just travels across rifts? That's incredible.
Well, we travel across Lipari.
Oh.
We've always been nomadic, and then when the rifts opened up, we were like, oh, what is that?
Oh.
And then Mila came back from her odyssey with knowledge of how to use the rifts and portals to get across places. So now we open up a lot more pathways for us. That's why she's so important, because she was the first one to teach us about the rifts.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
2 sisters, 1 brother, all older.
Youngest
And
child.
Mila, Tannis,
What clan are you
Paris,
from?
me. Ithel.
Oh. Thank you.
What is the scariest place your family ever traveled through?
That would be Kathir. That was where the dragon attacked. We've never been back.
Is Kathir in the park?
I was like a baby. I don't really remember a lot. From what I've heard, it was very cool, but they decided that the risk wasn't worth it. Too many dragons.
Did your mum kill the dragon, or just save your clan from the dragon?
Well, it was a regrouping, so it's where all the nomadic clans come together.
Mm.
So she saved our clan and everyone else
Damn.
and brought the dragon down.
Mm.
Wow.
It's peak networking. Damn. Okay.
Very similar to Galen.
Is your mum?
Is my mum a saint? No.
Okay.
I
mean, yeah,
would
but
be very
no.
impressed if your mum were Galen, because I am trying to figure out what happened to him, so that would make my life a lot easier. If I could be like, well, there he is.
Raph now believes
Apologies.
your mum is Galen. I don't know that much about the saints. It's done.
We're gonna have the story
Is
time.
that okay? Are dragons sort of your interest too? If your mum slew one, do you like dragons as well? Dislike, have a focus on dragons as well?
No, not really. I've always been more interested in the rifts and what you might find there. Dragons are dragons and they're cool and scary, but I mean, I've never seen one, but I've seen riftlings all the time.
Riftlings are scarier than dragons?
No, but they're more interesting than dragons.
Oh, fair. Noted. Wraith is drunk. 2 hot glasses of wine at this point.
Oh.
Hockey's very impressed.
I've not drank anything.
Ooh.
Twins take turns.
Mm-hmm.
One of them always has to be sober.
Yeah.
I want to ask so many things, and I'm
Same.
not allowed,
Ask them.
and Wraith wouldn't.
I literally have a list that I'm like, I can't
Find a
ask
reason. Find a reason. You're drunk.
Yeah, she's had
Okay.
2
Yeah.
glasses of wine.
So on the
That is-
boats, there used to be this game we never played it because it was stupid. But
And
no
you
one
don't
here
play
told-
games, do you?
What can I say? I'm turning over a new leaf, Toki. I'm a changed woman. This is the effect you've had on me. Do you want to play or not?
Yes. What is it?
It's called Two Truths and a Lie. I imagine if I did play it, I'd be very good at it.
Well, I suppose I've already agreed.
Wraith will glance around the rest of the table.
See, why not?
Sure.
Brother.
Who am I to say no to you? Let's go.
So kiss him on the cheek.
He's going first.
I genuinely don't know what the order of how we play this is.
No, me
initiative,
neither.
I suppose.
Roll initiative. Excellent.
Ooh. Oh, that's not fair. Toki's got really high initiative.
Roll that shit.
We have I presume we have to guess which is the lie.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
how the game usually works.
Excellent. I've never played it.
Corporate events.
I came up with a different one the other day and I've forgotten what it was.
I've
Never mind.
frantically tried to find mine from 4 sessions ago when we were supposed to be doing this.
I
Do we
didn't roll
have to
that
say
well.
what the lie is in the end? Or do we just
Yeah.
say... Oh, okay.
Alright, I've put the initiative tracker up
Initiative,
on the
thank
above.
you.
Oh, thank you.
Saying that's so
Oh,
hot.
sorry.
It's like 9:30.
Yeah, I'm baking.
So the 20-foot...
I
Yes,
rolled an
so
actual
speedy.
20 and was really
Damn!
disappointed in myself.
Ah, she's just so ready to spill all her
Wine.
secrets. Yeah.
Drunk Wraithers here.
Very rarely.
I don't even have mine prepared, so I'm just winging it.
No, I'm frantically trying to think of something.
Yep, me too.
I've told you guys some of these now.
Was it?
Oh,
sorry,
no.
is it 12 for Alanis and 16 for Wrath? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
So it was Wraith first. You spin a bottle and it lands on Wraith.
We all start kissing.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4,
He gets
5, 6,
confused,
7.
just kisses.
He's like, oh yeah, I've played this game.
Memories of university nights.
I have 8 truths and 8 lies. So
Oh
I am going
God.
to roll
Damn.
Oh
to
my
see which
god.
I tell
I'm really
you.
trying to remember
Oh,
what
I
this other one
barely had
was.
2 truths.
I'm writing mine down now. It's new.
And then finally. Okay. My 3 facts are: it was my sister who taught me how to use daggers. We have made deals with devils, and that's why my twin and I are tieflings. And my mother is dead, and I'm glad of it.
Well, this started off on a bright note.
Mm. Mm. I don't think your sister taught you how to use daggers. I think you taught yourself.
I'll say nothing.
I don't think you made a deal with devils to become tieflings.
Interesting. Why do you say that, Harvey?
I don't know. I guess I thought maybe you would tieflings the other way. Parents are tieflings, etc., etc. You know, genetics.
Doesn't really work for Wrath, unfortunately.
No, I'm abstaining from this.
I feel like if you had a sister, she would have been brought up by now. But seeing as they've gone for the other two, I'll pick the mother. Even though I think that's true.
My mother is dead. I am glad of it. And my sister did teach me how to use daggers. Not that my brother loved that, but...
I like daggers. I just don't like our sister.
Yes, well, she has her pros and her cons. You just don't like seeing the pros.
Mm-mm.
Do you just have the one other sibling, or are there more we should know about?
Just one older sister. Dear old Glaz.
Glass.
Glaz.
And Harvey, you don't have any brothers and sisters, right?
I don't have any brothers or sisters now.
Inside check.
Yeah, go for it.
$23.
What does she get on a 23?
Harvey is blindsided by the question because this conversation was not about him, and he is not able to catch his face in time. He is lying. He has siblings.
Drama. Rafe says nothing.
Okie takes Mo's word.
Thanks, doggy.
Wow. Any more probing questions? Or are you going to spin the bottle again?
Please. To truths, and Rafe will drink wine.
Love it.
Why did she teach you how to use daggers?
She thought I would have more use having claws and teeth than just being a pretty little maiden. Often the most looked over people in the room are the best at finding information, but need protection when they go hunting.
So you were going to be a spy?
In a sense, yes. My sister thought I could have use more than what my father perceived me of having. I'm grateful
Wow.
for her.
So am I. Those daggers have saved me a fair few times.
Rafe will wink at you.
Maybe I like a different sibling.
She is flirting.
She didn't want to play spin the bottle.
Oh, have we lost Izzy?
Izzy
No.
was like, I would not tolerate this.
Maybe she'll come back. They spin.
Sit back.
Yay.
Yeah.
We've
Toffee.
spun.
Spin. I spin. It lands on Toki.
Whoa, no one
Hey.
said
Oh, what happened?
no. No, just that we knew where the ball was going to land.
Oh. I thought you were like, no one saw me do this thing. And I was like, no, tell me, I'll
Damn
watch you.
it.
Okay. I have broken 17 bones. I speak 6 languages. And my first job was as a waiter.
I do not believe you've broken 17 bones with that bunny hop of you. Yours. You wear far too much armor for that.
I do not believe that you speak 6 languages. Not to doubt your intelligence. I can see you having broke 17 bones. And you're a university student. They work as waiters, right?
I don't think you'd have enough time to work as a waiter if you've got all this research to do. And he's getting paid for his research. I think he can speak 6 languages. I think he's very smart.
Well, thank you, but I can't. I can only speak 5.
How on earth did someone manage to break 17 bones?
I was a very clumsy child.
Inside check.
Go for it.
Toki doesn't lie. Oh, it's good again. That is 24 with a natural 19.
Look, he was a very clumsy child.
Ah. Why can't you lie? It's more interesting.
You're right. I should have said I broke them all in some sort of courageous battle. Not sure you would have believed that either, though.
I don't know, taking after your brother. He was in a courageous battle, wasn't he?
Not exactly.
No?
No. Barely did anything. It was 3 ruffians. Anyone could have fought them off.
Well, no offense, Toki, but we couldn't fight off 3 ghosts. So 3 ruffians by themselves doesn't sound like something to shake your tail at.
No, he's very impressive. We're all
Is
very
that-
happy for him.
Sorry. All the inside checks. Oh god, it's 23 with a natural 18, I promise.
Oh,
You can't see
Okay.
it because of the glare.
okay, I believe you. Why would you lie? Toki does not think it's very impressive, and Toki is not happy for him.
Oh, so much sibling drama this evening. Oh, Wrath.
Can we move on? Oh, sorry, Wrath. I didn't give you a chance.
It's okay. Oh, is it my turn?
Spin.
I'm
Toki spins
confused.
the bottle.
Right.
Lands on his ex-lover.
Oh, goodness, please, could we move on from this language? Can't escape it. So, Jeff is one of my closest friends. Yeah, of course, Lauren. Jeff was getting another mention. I speak 5 languages. And I have a business offering services to spirits.
I don't know
I-
what the answer
The thing is the business offering services to spirits has been mentioned, but I have not taken it seriously.
I thought it was
But
a
it
bit.
wouldn't surprise me if Wrath was monetizing it somehow.
Doesn't also have to be a successful business.
That's true. It's a non-profit.
It's just me trying to profiteer. It don't work though.
You forget every time that spirits can't pay you.
Yeah. Do you have any questions?
Which languages?
Let me get on the character sheet. So, Abyssal, Celestial, Common, Infernal, Primordial. You counting them? Bam! Imagine that was just like 2 and back in.
I was like, maybe she's put like 4 in there. She just said them really fast. And she's trying to trick me.
Not you, Izzy. I ain't getting away with it now with you.
In that case, I think you do not have a business offering services to spirits.
Yeah, I think that one's the lie.
Yeah. I think it's a great commitment to a bit.
Are you abstaining because you know too much about
Oh,
it?
I abstain, I already know.
Okay. So what do I say? Which one's the lie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I speak 6 languages, not 5. I was lying. You were right. I do have a logistical business. It's mostly transporting spirits, to be honest.
How much money have you made from it?
0.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
So Jeff. Oh no, Jeff is one of your close
Jeff
friends.
is the one of its
The,
Oh, I
so
knew
what's
that
the
one.
I would
extra
never lie
language?
about that.
What's the
the-
sixth language?
Yeah.
The 6th one was Draconic.
Ah,
Nice.
I also speak Draconic.
Oh, look at us.
We have secret conversations.
I hate
Mm.
this already.
I also speak
In
Draconic.
Draconic, I'm gonna say
sorry about
to Wrath, I think Wraith's starting to like me.
I agree. In Draconic, I agree. I've never seen it like this before. It's changing.
Ray's gonna open her journal and be like, "Do you speak Draconic? What does this mean?" And she'll like try and like guess what they like the phonics of what they have said, but she doesn't expect a reply right now.
You just get back like question mark and then like what's Draconic?
What?
I'll get back to you later.
What are you writing in
Boy,
your
he
journal
doesn't
right
know
now,
what
Wraith?
it is.
Oh, just writing notes in languages that you don't understand.
In languages I don't understand. I thought we were taught the same languages growing up.
But Glacia had some more to teach me.
Would you tell me what it is? No.
It's a variant of our mother tongue
Oh,
and combined. Yeah, we'll just settle that.
I didn't know there were variants of our mother tongue. Don't.
It's in Scottish.
Yeah.
Rapid, basic. That's like, damn, I really didn't pay attention at school. Shit. But yes,
Spin
that's
in
fine.
or spin. Alanis.
Then.
I've been to every country on the Bari. One time in the Shadowfell, when I was a kid, I got lost, and the whole clan had to spend like 5 hours trying to find me. And my dad taught me to shoot a bow before he taught me to walk.
Sorry, what was that second one?
One time in the Shadowfell, when I was a kid, I got lost, and the whole clan had to spend like 5 hours trying to find me.
That's not concerning at all.
And I wandered off.
I feel like you might have mentioned the Shadowfell one, considering we were there.
You mentioned that you went. I remember our conversation, but not the details of it.
Hmm.
How old were you when the Shadowfell thing happened, sorry?
Oh my god, like 32?
Pause. What?
You should be like 7. Like a kid that wandered
Same.
off, but
I
you're
was like,
a
How
fucking
old are
adult.
you, Alanis?
I thought you
Alanis,
were
how
going
old
to
are
say
you?
5.
Me? I'm 103.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Is Harvey's the only one not shocked by this? Harvey knew.
I now it makes sense.
Oh,
No, it doesn't. This does not make sense.
Yeah, everyone
Well,
starts when they're 100 and then they go back and they're like a full adult member of the clan. You're not an adult
Sorry,
until you've done it.
live long,
well,
bitch.
let's. How old is everyone? Let's just do a quick recap.
Guys, if I
I'm
had known you didn't know how old I was, that would have been my lie.
Yeah.
Well,
like to
clearly
change
Harvey
one of
did
mine.
know because he seems unfazed by this.
We lived together. It came up.
Well, it might. Yeah. Harvey, Wrath, Wraith, how old are you all before I get another shock?
Shockingly, my twin and I are different ages.
Yeah, I was about to say whatever you were about to say, Steph. I was going to say a different age.
I'm 20.
We're 22.
23.
We are not 23 yet.
23.
Well, I am
You're just a year off.
23. I'll be 24 in 2 weeks today.
Oh.
Ooh.
Looks like our sunshine boy is the baby of the group.
Mm.
Wait, how old? No, Zana's an elf as well. That's just.
Yeah,
That is
Xana.
undecided.
Yeah.
But it's older than me, probably.
Probably.
Probably older than 19.
You're the second youngest, right?
Nobody cares who's older. We're twins.
Oh, but it matters. It
It
matters.
really doesn't.
It really does. Those 12 minutes makes so much
You threw
difference.
your wings out in the womb and got there first.
Yeah. I mean, you snooze, you lose, man.
Raph,
on you.
like, in the room, like, using his wings to block Pathfinder now.
Hey, I'm just saying, you've always had them. You were obviously going to get there first.
Yeah, I feel like we got a little bit distracted. What is Alanis' lie?
I think maybe you have not yet been to every country in Lipari.
That was going to be my guess. It seems like something that we're supposed to think is true.
Mm.
That would be mine as well.
I'm just going to shoot Shadowfell just to change it up.
I did get lost in the Shadowfell, and every time we've been back, they have not let me forget it. I have been to every country in Lipari. My dad tried to teach me to shoot a bow, and my mum would not let him.
So how did you learn?
Well, he taught me later, but my mum was like, you know, she has to be able to support her head first.
That makes sense.
What was your favorite country in Lipari if you've been to all of them?
Great question. Let me try and remember all the countries in Lipari.
Take your time. There's a moth in my room.
Oh.
I'm here. Oh, sorry, Lauren.
Sorry, yeah.
You were like, come here, and I was like, what are you doing?
I don't know where it is. It's fine.
Rasheen is nice. Lots of wide open plains.
Machine is nice.
I like Rasheen. Harvey, have you ever been to Rasheen?
I have not. No. I'm not very well traveled, unfortunately.
Insight check that as well.
Show me your
inside check.
fucking passport.
Oh, it's not nearly as good. It's a 13.
No, he's being genuine. He's not very well traveled. He hasn't been to Rasheen.
Cool, noted.
Eleanor just rolling at 20. We'll never know.
I didn't roll, I just gave it to you.
Are we spinning again?
Yeah.
Harvey!
Me. Well, it's all I could think of, so it's not my fault that 2 other people went for languages, but I can speak 4 languages. My hobbies include sewing and crocheting. And my favorite book is House of the Eternal by Orfeo Passini.
What was the first one again, sorry?
I can speak 4 languages.
What are those for languages?
Oh,
Those
so
are 4
far both of the
languages.
languages have been lies, so I'm going to go languages.
Yeah,
4 languages.
I'm
I speak a Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, and Elvish.
Where did you learn Draconic from?
Draconic, I learned it growing up. My teacher thought it was important to know the main languages of all of the countries.
Your teacher's in the orphanage.
Yeah, you have to learn things in the orphanage, right? You can't just
Not
raise a
knowledge at
child
all.
and send it out into the world with no education at all.
I
How
thought it
dare you?
was like a shelter for an orphan, and that was about it, really.
No, and what do you think we do all day in the orphanage? Where they teach us things. There's the school in the orphanage.
I don't know, clean.
I think Wraith's envisioning a workhouse.
Grace watched
I
Annie
feel,
and she was
feel
like, it's Annie.
you don't know what an orphanage
Saw a
is.
Muppet play.
Yeah.
The orphans that I've seen just tend to pickpocket people.
I mean, I also do that, but you know, it's neither here nor there.
Rachel, Annie, and Oliver.
What's the most you've pickpocketed?
The most ever pickpocketed. I mean, not very much. It's usually loose thing, like being able to get the jewelry off of the wrists and necks. You know,
It's always a fun game to play.
it's fun when it doesn't go well. That's for sure.
Oh, but it's so fun when it goes right.
Yeah, it hasn't gone right as many times as it's gone wrong, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'd have the gold that I needed already.
We'll make it into competition. We'll practice.
Great.
How much gold do you need?
What a good question. How much did we say I needed, Lauren? 5,000? 5,000
Oh!
gold, I think we decided.
Did we?
It was quite a lot. It was like a lot.
That's a lot. Sure. Might revisit that, but that's
Might-
what Harvey
might have to
figured out.
find
Harvey's
when
done the maths
the-
on the back of a napkin. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
50,000 quid, sure.
It's much and he can't read it. He's like, these people are gonna help me. It's 5 million gold.
Buy a house for that. What the?
No, I don't think it would be 500. Maybe 100. Yeah, was one of the sort of options you saw. 100 gold.
pieces.
100 gold. Oh well, I'm nearly there.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've got 50.
That's
I'll
great.
give you
Yeah,
some.
that's not
Wait,
too bad.
yeah, no, that's true. Wait, I've got it all wrong in my head.
It was
That's still
it was
achievable.
like it was supposed to be like a difficult to obtain amount.
Yeah. Let's say
Because it's
500. Yeah. that's a bit
500
more,
gold.
yeah.
Not
500.
5,000. Forgive me. My napkin is smudged.
What were your three? Okay, so book,
The
languages.
book, the languages, and sewing and crocheting.
I still think it's the languages.
Yeah, I still think languages.
Same.
I think the book is the lie.
The book is the lie. Do not read House of the Eternal by Orfeo Piscini because it sucks. It's such a bad book. My favorite book is The Serpent of Time by Armand Pascal. No, I speak 4 languages though, so I'm the only one who didn't lie about that.
And you bought a sewing needle in the market.
Yes, that is true. You're there. I haven't had a lot of the time, but I have that fancy new shirt, so I should be able to get something done.
Well, you do have excellent taste in clothes.
Thank you. That is the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Oh, make a habit of it. Don't get used to it.
Don't we all feel so much closer now?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Great drinks. More wine. And we'll start scribbling in her journal. Just the truth she's learned. Fun fact. At the table, she'll literally just clock out of the conversation and start writing.
Classic Wraith.
Harvey's gonna start drinking. Like what? Like I feel like he's been distracted. Now he's like, it was wine time now. We've talked enough truths.
So yeah, it is. I'll say by now it's about 8 o'clock, maybe. Maybe coming up to 9. What are the party's plans for like tomorrow morning? Just so I kind of know what's coming.
I
Well-
would like to find Tashi or Rufino or someone to ask them about the druids.
Very good.
I mean, we're all going in a vague direction. We might as well all go in the same vague direction. So if we can help Toki find his druids, I don't see why not.
Yeah, pretty much. Just following the leader at the moment. Not that Toki's our leader.
I was just about to say, am I
I'd
the
follow
leader?
Toki as the leader.
Mhm.
I'd do that.
I back
I
that.
think he's a good leader.
I agree.
Guys, I don't think anyone's ever thought that about me before, so I'm very touched.
The wine's obviously gone to my head. I put the glass down.
You couldn't just give a compliment.
Awesome. Cool. Well, yeah, with that, shall we say you head to bed, and then we'll pick up in the morning of Saturday, whatever that is, Softer or Sendas, one of the two. The 6th. We've known each other 6 whole days. It's crazy. Amazing. It's going quicker than I thought, which is good. But yeah, let me just. What is it? It's a sender. Right this time, so we don't forget. Sender the 6th. Legend. Cool. Well, thank you very much, everybody. And yeah, you will go to bed, do your little nighttime routines, and yeah, we'll pick up in the morning, but also in 2 weeks because we aren't playing next week because of
I
Copenhagen
forgot.
and Germany. But yeah, so I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thanks,
Thank you, Lauren. Thanks,
Amazing.
guys.